What is up, everybody? Today, we're diving into the truth behind Ukraine's so-called sinful reputation. I saw a headline calling Ukraine the most sinful country for 2025, and I had to find out what's really going on. We're exploring what life is actually like for women in Ukraine, beyond the headlines and stereotypes. From wild nightlife to their roles in society, we're separating myth from reality. The final fact at the end of this video will change everything you think you know. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Let's start with the nightlife, where much of Ukraine's sinful image comes from. But is it really sinful? Or is there more to the story? We visited top clubs in Kyiv and Odessa. The energy? Absolutely electric. The music, the lights, the people. It's a sensory overload in the best way possible. But it's not just about partying, it's a deeper experience. For many, these nights are a way to reclaim joy and normalcy in a world turned upside down. It's a form of escapism, but also a form of resistance. Every event is a fundraiser, a show of defiance, and a reminder of resilience. It's a community coming together for a cause. Ticket money often supports the army or humanitarian aid. It's nightlife with a purpose. Imagine your Friday night out directly helping defend your country. It's a powerful thought. Women aren't just bystanders. They're leading the party, exuding confidence and strength. They are the heartbeat of these nights. Outsiders might misinterpret this vibrancy as sinful, but it's really about self-expression and survival. It's a culture of resilience. The nightlife is intense, but it's not about vice. It's about vitality and unity. It's a celebration of life. The sinful label misses the point entirely. It's a misinterpretation of a vibrant culture. What we saw was inspiring, a community finding light in the darkest times. It's a testament to human spirit. It's not about hedonism, it's about hope. It's about finding joy amidst adversity. This was just the beginning of what we uncovered. Let's keep going. There's so much more to explore. If the nightlife isn't what it seems, there's even more beneath the surface of daily life. So what is it really like for Ukrainian women as they go about their everyday routines? Forget the tired, mail-order bride stereotype. Today, Ukrainian women are the backbone of their society, holding up families, businesses, and entire communities. They're CEOs, surgeons, artists, and frontline soldiers, taking on roles that would have seemed unimaginable just a few years ago, and doing so with remarkable resilience. With so many men away at war, women have stepped up everywhere, running businesses, leading local governments, and physically rebuilding shattered neighborhoods. Female entrepreneurship is booming, with women launching new ventures and driving Ukraine's economic recovery, even in the face of uncertainty. In rural villages, grandmothers organize aid networks and keep families fed, while young women operate military drones and support defense efforts. Traditional gender roles have been shattered, not just by necessity, but by the determination and courage of women who refuse to be sidelined. Yet, they also juggle caregiving, household duties, and emotional support, often under dire and dangerous conditions. We met Olena, a paramedic working 16-hour shifts near the front lines, then returning home to care for her children and elderly parents. Her story is the story of millions. Strong is the only option we have, she says, echoing the spirit of women across Ukraine. The sinful label erases their sacrifice, their strength, and the daily risks they take for their families and country. Ukrainian women in 2025 are warriors, builders, and leaders, shaping the future of their nation with every step they take. Is Ukraine actually sinful? We hired a data analyst to dig into the numbers. We looked at crime, divorce, alcohol use, and public values. The results? Ukraine's crime rates are similar to or lower than many European countries. Divorce rates spiked due to war, but family bonds have actually strengthened. Ukraine remains deeply traditional. Most people value family, patriotism, and community. So where does the myth come from? Sensationalist media and propaganda. the sinful label is a tool to demoralize and discredit Ukraine. Issues like surrogacy and sex work exist, but they don't define a nation of 40 million. The data simply doesn't back up the stereotype. The real story is one of social cohesion and resilience. The most sinful country tag is a myth, a weaponized narrative. Ukraine's reality is unity, not depravity. How did the West get this image of Ukraine? It's partly our own media's fault. For decades, movies and TV painted Eastern Europe as gritty and dangerous. These tropes shaped our subconscious and fueled stereotypes. Western men, influenced by these images, traveled to Ukraine seeking the wild East, fueling a market for these fantasies. The mail-order bride narrative reduced Ukrainian women to a single, demeaning stereotype. This perception ignored the reality. Ukraine has a highly educated population, with more women holding university degrees than men. Western media shaped not just our view, but how Ukrainians presented themselves. In a way, the West helped create the very sinful monster it now criticizes. It's a powerful lesson in how media shapes reality. Social media is the new battlefield for Ukraine's image. Every day, millions scroll through feeds, forming opinions about a country they may never visit, based on what they see online. We hired 100 Ukrainian women, students, soldiers, doctors, artists, to post their real, unfiltered lives on Instagram for a week. Each woman shared her daily moments, from the mundane to the extraordinary, giving the world a window into authentic Ukrainian life. The result? A mosaic of normal, complex, beautiful lives. Soldiers with cats, surgeons baking cakes, artists in their gardens. These stories revealed resilience, humor, and hope, even in uncertain times. But algorithms reward provocative content, so a few influencers skew the global impression. The loudest voices aren't always the most genuine, and viral posts often overshadow quieter, more honest stories. This creates pressure for young women to conform to sexualized trends, even if it's not authentic. Many feel they must fit a certain mold to be seen or heard online, sacrificing their true selves for likes and attention. Worse, images are stolen for scam dating sites and disinformation. The risks go beyond self-image. Digital safety and personal dignity are at stake. Ukrainian women's digital identities are constantly under threat. Every post can be twisted, misused, or weaponized in the information war. Social media can empower, but it also amplifies stereotypes. It's a double-edged sword, offering connection, but also exposing women to judgment and risk. The battle for Ukraine's image is fought in digital trenches as much as on the front lines. Every post, every story, is part of a larger struggle for truth. Our experiment showed the truth, but will the world listen? Authenticity is powerful, but it's often drowned out by noise and sensationalism. The algorithm favors the myth, not the reality. Real stories struggle to compete with viral trends and manufactured drama. The fight for authentic representation continues, and Ukrainian women are determined to be seen for who they truly are. Let's talk about dating in Ukraine. Another source of myths, the idea that Ukrainian women are desperate for a foreign provider? Completely false. Today's women want partnership, not a savior. They value emotional connection and equality. War has made dating both harder and more meaningful. People commit faster, conversations are deeper, and there's no time for games. Foreigners aren't impressive just for their passports. Sincerity and support for Ukraine matter most. Family is a fortress of support, focused on safety and happiness, not just marriage. The dating scene is about resilience and authenticity. Women are discerning, strong-willed, and looking for real partners. The easy and desperate myth is the most insulting of all. Ukrainian women are not damsels in distress. They're seeking genuine connection in a time of crisis. The truth is far more powerful than the stereotype. So what does the future hold for Ukrainian women? The changes we've seen, women leading in business, politics and the military, are permanent. Post-war Ukraine will be one of the most progressive countries in Eastern Europe for gender equality. Women will rebuild the country, demand a seat at the table and shape society. Challenges remain: trauma, mental health, and the fight for true equality. But the momentum is unstoppable. Here's the most surprising fact. In 2025, Ukraine is projected to have one of the highest rates of female participation in civic society and democracy in the region. Ukrainian women are not just fighting an enemy, they're building a free, open society. That's the ultimate sin in the eyes of a dictator, empowered, free-thinking women. When you hear sinful, think of millions choosing freedom and equality. That's the real story. That's Ukraine's future. The most sinful country is actually one of the bravest. Ukrainian women are leaders, fighters, and builders of a new future. Their so-called sin is the refusal to bow down. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe and share it. Let's change the narrative together. See you in the next video.